A couple of days ago, something huge happened on YouTube. In fact, you already may know about this situation a little bit. A YouTuber by the name of Scott Schaefer exposed established titles to be, very transparent and blatant scam. And because of that, now we see a lot of big YouTubers are scrambling and making apology videos. Oh, I did not know that this is a scam. I will do my research better next time. I will quit all my dealings with these people, and I'm gonna do better in the future. You know, the completely expected thing. But that is not the problem. That is not even why I'm making this video. It's good that these people are apologizing and saying that they are gonna do better, even though doing better most likely means absolutely nothing, and it's just something that most people are saying because they want to save their reputation. And people who are smart and savvy know that they need to take this L to prove to the masses that they are a responsible person. And let's look at Mutahar from Some Ordinary Gamers, one of the most absolutely trusted sources on YouTube, whose word actually has value because, well, he is not a shill that's gonna just sell you anything for money. And he is gonna be telling you now one of the oldest, if not the oldest, YouTuber excuse for why you need sponsorships and so on, which, by the way, is a complete blatant lie. You hear big YouTubers say this lie constantly without any remorse. So, now Mutahar is explaining why YouTubers need to take sponsorships. And I'm going to explain why that is a 100% lie and fallacy.
Sponsorships are one of the things that we need, so I'm going to run through all the questions here. One of them is, why do we need sponsorships? Well, to be real with you, one of the reasons that we take sponsorships is so that we can buy and prep videos for later. So to understand what that means is, obviously, I know when a video is going to be a 1 out of 10, meaning it's a banger in the YouTube algorithm, and when a video is the failure. Some of my most favorite videos are videos regarding Linux, building crazy computers. One of the videos that we have coming up is trying to get Bloodborne working at 60 frames a second on the PlayStation 5, a hacked PS5. Now, I know that video is going to absolutely tank in the YouTube algorithm. I've been around it long enough to know when YouTube videos are just like duds and when they're successes. And for me, I like to just have fun and make those dud videos as well, because of the...
So, you heard it here first, folks. And this is the most common thing that big YouTubers say when they take a sponsorship. So, let me explain. So, first of all, there's a lie and there's a fallacy. Let's begin with the fallacy that he says. He knows that some videos that he makes are going to be a 1, aka they don't get a lot of traction, they don't make him a lot of money. So, this is a fallacy because you chose to do YouTube as a job. You can't blame anyone but yourself for choosing to make a video that's going to make less money. And he's using the justification here that he wants to have fun on the job, aka make videos that he likes more than videos that he likes less, but they make a lot more money. He is saying here that he is taking sponsorships because he wants to supplement the cash he would otherwise be missing out on. And this is completely his own choice. No one is forcing him to make videos that he loves. If you're doing YouTube as a job, do it as a job. If you want to do YouTube as a fun hobby, do it as a fun hobby. But do not justify yourself with doing YouTube as a fun hobby and then taking sponsorships and saying, oh, that is 100% necessary. Second of all, as a YouTuber myself, I can tell you for a fact, if you are someone with 1 million subscribers and you're getting relatively decent views, there is absolutely no way you need to supplement your income. And this is the big lie that every YouTuber is constantly telling their audiences. This is what Mudhar is telling his audiences. This is what everyone else is telling their audiences. The reality fucking is, they don't need to take sponsorships at all. They have the money. So, if you don't believe me also, let's look at some statistics. So this is Some Ordinary Games YouTube channel through Social Blade. We're interested here in the average views that he's making. And it looks like on 2020, he is making roughly, let's say 15 million views on average. 15 million views, that's a pretty decent amount of views on average per month. And how much are you making for 15 million views? Well, let's calculate how much we are making for 1 million views. So, based on Forbes estimates, you are making anywhere from upward to 5k, from upward of 5k for 1 million views. And that is their estimate from August 24th, 2022. Which is honestly a fairly decent estimate. As someone who has less than 100k subscribers, but is making close to 1 million views per month, I can say that this number is pretty accurate. But to understand the situation better, I think that this number represents it a lot better. There's 2,000 to 15,000. I don't know where they are getting this estimate from, but this seems a lot better. So, to understand YouTube in general, there are different brackets of monetization. Monetization depends on a lot of what kind of ads can be shown on your channel and so on. You know, it depends on, are you a gardening channel? Because gardening people are going to probably receive different targeted ads than people who are watching channels about cars and things and so on. And Modahar, well, he has a pretty ordinary channel, which means he's probably receiving gaming ads and things like that. AKA, he has a pretty decent, most likely, chance to be earning money from these ads. So he's essentially not exactly lacking for ads. And the other thing is, if you watch Mudahar's channel, as I sometimes watch, previously I've watched it a little bit more. Yeah, you see, a lot of Fred, I have watched a couple of his videos. They're pretty good. The thing about Mudahar's videos is, he doesn't swear. He doesn't say fuck. He doesn't say rape. And this is where I'm gonna compare his money most likely made a little bit to mine. I am a channel that says things like fuck and rape, for example, and that puts me in a different bracket than the average channel, because you see, you can be monetized, but there are different levels of monetization. For example, channels that swear but don't swear profusely will get a different monetization on average than channels that don't swear at all, because swearing is bad, obviously. So there are different quality of ads, and depending on how YouTube perceives you as a channel, you can be getting either good ads or bad ads. And this is why I'm saying the 2,000 to 15k is more of a better estimate. But let's say Mudahar is making the average of 5k per month. For not per month, but for every 1 million views. Well, if we look at how many views he is getting every month, for example, on 2020, well, that's roughly 15 million. I would say on average, probably more or less. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Let's say 15. So let's say he is making 15 million views and he's getting an average of 5,000. That's 75k per month. That's a lot of money. Okay? That is a lot of money. And then he's Canadian. And we can see that the Canadian average yearly income by Google is... This one is 40k, but then there's one that says that it's 60k. But again, this is per year. Mudahar is potentially making, I would say, at the minimum, 75k per month. Okay, actually, if we do the utmost minimum for Muta, then we should look like 2k. And if he's making 2k per 1 million views, which would be absolutely unbelievable... And that's, by the way, just YouTube. No sponsorships, no G Fuel, no anything, okay? Just YouTube views. No PayPal, no donations, no nothing. Just raw views. Even if we say that he is making, at the bare minimum of 2k per 1 million views, that is still 30k per month. Which means that he is making still... potentially, even at the bare minimum of 30k per month. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's subtract taxes. 15% in this case, right? 15%. 15% from 30k is 25k. So, yearly, that means that Mudahar would be making 300k. And if we look at this average of, 55k, let's say 60, because these are probably the better cities in Canada where people make the most money. So, Mudahar is still making 5 times the average a Canadian is making per year. Do you see where I'm going with this? The idea that he needs sponsorships, even if he is making absolutely the lowest amount of ad revenue per million views, is ridiculous. He is still making 5 times. It is his choice to make videos that will be less productive. If he wants that, sure, he can do it. Please, go ahead. No one can stop you. In fact, that's the best way to live your life. But the idea that YouTubers, even of 1 million views, need to take sponsorships because otherwise they won't have enough money to live their lives is just absolutely an absurd lie. We have all the data here. And by the way, let's imagine that he is making 5K. But by the way, by comparing to myself, who says again fucking rape quite a lot, but is not demonetized, my estimate for Some Ordinary Gamers is most likely that he's making like 7K per 1 million views, because my I'm not going to show you my analytics, but my average earnings per 1 million views is 5.4. And I say bad words quite a lot. In fact, I am kind of on the brink of demonetization sometimes. Unless Muta gets his every second video of his demonetized, which is, by the way, completely absurd that would happen. He is most likely making, like, 7K per 1 million views. And 7K means that he is making probably more than 1 million after even fucking tax, well, close to 1 million after even taxes per year. And even if he has employees, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't, but if he has, like, let's say 3 employees. Let's say he has 3 employees. That means if he's paying like 60K a month, 60K a year for each employee, and he has 4, and he is making the average, aka of upwards from 5K per million views, that means that in 4 months of just being average on YouTube by his own standards, he can completely pay these employees no problem, and then he gets 8 months of profits for himself. And this is, by the way, cold hard profits. This is already deducting tax and things like that, because that's how YouTube works. Oh yeah. So anytime a big YouTuber tells you that they must take a sponsorship deal, that's a flat out lie. They are just literally lying to you for no reason. And by the way, I don't think he has employees. At least I have never heard about this. But in this video, he is talking like, he's not a one-man crew, that he has multiple employees, especially at the end. He's talking about we, Some Ordinary Gamers, as in a company that does shit. I don't know, maybe he has someone, but again, he can easily, without taking a single sponsorship, have a very comfortable life.
At the end of the day, all right, it's about the video's quality and how you enjoy and how you like making those videos. If the YouTube algorithm doesn't want to pick it up, or they pick it up like 6 months down the road, not the end of the world. You still want to make that video. So for me...
Oh, and by the way, I can't really show... Oh, found it. I think this is it.
They're just like duds, and when they're successes.
Oh, yeah. Like... How much do you think he's making money? Do you think this watch is fucking cheap or expensive? Now, the reason why, by the way, every YouTuber says crap like, oh, I'm a poor YouTuber, we must take sponsorships because life is hard, is because one of the easiest way to have a good audience is by being relatable. Because the average person is struggling with money. The average person in Canada is probably making 40K per year. And the best way to have an audience is to be relatable. And one of the ways to be relatable is telling people that, yeah, you have problems with money, you have this, you're just an average person. Like, look at him. He's fucking wearing a shitty t-shirt. Admittedly, if you're one of the people who believes when Asmongold says he survives on 2K per month, well, I don't know what to say. You're a complete moron. At least dislike the video on your way out. Honestly, most likely, your opinion can never be swayed no matter what. Because this is a common tactic, and this is what a lot of YouTubers do. And this is why they say, they justify that they need this. And I don't understand this. Why can't you just fucking do the reasonable thing and say, yeah, they offered me a lot of money. I didn't want to do any research because I'm a normal human being and I'm lazy, which is completely understandable, by the way. And, well, you know, I just took the money because I wanted the money. Yeah, because the reality is, there's not a single fucking person who is right in their mind, not a crazy person, who is gonna say, you know what, life with 0 money is better than life with 10 money. No, there's not a single person who will ever say that. At the end of the day, when you have money, you kind of understand one thing. Yeah, money is not gonna actually buy you happiness. It makes your life easier, it makes some opportunities more available to you, but at the end of the day, money has its own problems and it's not gonna buy you happiness. But that also, at the end of the day, it's always better to have more money than less money. Because having money means that you're not gonna run into certain problems. That's the reality of it. There is absolutely no shame in fucking taking a sponsorship, even if you completely don't believe in the product, and just saying, hey, I want the money. This is not gonna be forever. I'm gonna take the bag, okay? You know? There's no shame in that. But some YouTubers are obviously gonna... And by the way, if you have seen this video, then you know that he did not actually do any serious research or, you know, had to dig deep into some conspiracies and risk his life to figure out that established titles was a fucking scam. That's the best part. If you probably did minor research in how this company functions, which Mudahar is completely, by the way, capable of doing, and a lot of other YouTubers, again, I'm not actually jumping on him specifically too much. I think he's just a perfect example of the hypocrisy that big YouTubers do, that they must take the bag, because otherwise they will never be able to sponsor their projects and live their life. Bruh, I would be surprised if he has not got a million USD in his bank account. And if he doesn't, by the way, then damn, he probably must be gambling that shit away like there's no tomorrow, or doing something stupid with it. Because there's no way his net worth is not at least 8 million. It's fucking insane. Again, the most common lie. I think this is pretty much all I can say about the subject. Never believe any YouTuber. Even 200k subscribers, I think, is enough to survive in America and Canada and live a pretty decent life if you're getting reasonable views. So never believe anyone who says, oh yeah, I need to take sponsorships because otherwise I don't have enough money to feed myself and my family. Well, maybe you shouldn't do YouTube if you can't actually feed yourself and your family. How about that? I know it's a little bit harsh, but it's true. It's fucking true. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.